Right, what's going on, guys? Clutch here, back again with a brand new video, and today we are going to be doing, don't know why I came off that, the 5-3-2 tactics video. Hopefully you guys will enjoy this video. I'm bringing this out now so we can give you guys a bit of help before the weekend league starts. Obviously this is being uploaded on a Thursday, so hopefully this will help you guys out for the weekend. Now these are the 5-3-2 tactics I've been using in my stream. Everyone's been asking because of how well it's been going for me, so I thought I'll upload it for you guys over here. Before we get into the video, if you haven't already, please drop the video a like. Drop me a comment, let me know what formations you want me to do in the future, or just if you have any questions or just anything to say, let me know. I reply to every single YouTube comment. You can go back and check. I reply to every single one. All right, boys. So before we get into the video though, boys, 87% of people haven't subscribed to the channel. All right, come on, we're trying to grind, we're trying to hit that 10k mark eventually. So I'd really appreciate anyone who drops a sub on the channel. It'll be much appreciated. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So like I said, this is the way I've got the team set out. I've got Ronaldo and Best up front, Dybala at cam, Bruno and Vieira working as my two box-to-box centre mids. I have Trent and Lam as my full-backs, and then Kleber, Virgil and Boateng as my centre-backs. Ideally, I'd like to get rid of Virgil, but he is first owner. Same with Messi, Kante and Salah, and actually that whole bench, they're all first owners. So we've got some really nice luck on this account as of late. So yeah. So what we're going to do, we're going to start from ultra attacking all the way down to ultra defensive. Ultra attacking is where we'll be using if we're trying to score some goals, if we're a couple goals behind and trying to get the win. Attacking is if we're still a draw, but you know we're trying to press the ball, get up on the pitch. Defensive is the one that I start the game with. So please, you guys, I get asked that question so many times in the comments. It's defensive, the one that I start with, right? And then ultra defensive is if we're trying to hold a lead and not concede any goals. So we will jump straight into the ultra attacking. So the defensive style is constant pressure. Now, obviously, there are a lot of pros and cons to this tactic, and so if you're not willing to use it, then that's obviously fine. The pros to obviously you win the ball back really high up on the pitch. You can score a lot of goals with it, and generally it does help me score goals because it is so overpowered this year. But obviously, the cons to it are the fact that your players are out of position. They get their stamina drained, and if you do get back into the game, they will be more tired than your opponents for the rest of the game. So it's a gamble that you have to take if you want to do that or not. I always do because I think it's great and it's fine, but obviously that decision is up to you guys. So the width is on 5. It is the width that I like to use with the 5-3-2 on the defensive side, just to narrow it down a bit. I don't mind people having the wide areas. I'd rather be making sure my middle centre is just blocked. So that is why it's on 5. The depth is on 7 because obviously we're trying to press up the pitch and score some goals. So that is why that's so high. Offensive style is on fast build-up because I love fast build-up. I think it's the best way to counter-attack on this game if you're trying to be attacking, which I'll explain that more later on in the video. So yeah, fast build-up is a great way to move up the pitch quickly, find open spaces, and just try and score some goals, which obviously this is what we are trying to do. Now the width is on 6. It should be on 6 anyway. 6 is the best attacking width for me. I like the fact that my fullbacks will just stay out wide, and then it will drag someone out, make them mark them, and it frees up some space in the middle for me and my two strikers. Players in the box is on 6, and that is because it usually gets 1 centre mid and 2 strikers into the box, which is ideal for me, as one of my centre mids is who I'm using as a cam. Corners is on 3 because we're just trying to score more goals, but I still want to be protected on the counter attack. And free kicks is on 1 because I always shoot from free kicks, because why not? It's a bit of fun in it. Now what we will do, we'll go through the tactics. So we are on getting behind for both of our strikers. That's because we're trying to abuse obviously the overpower through balls. We all know how OP they are. It's crazy how easily just one long through ball can break down your whole defense. I was having this chat with Maverick from Maverick Wolves, and we were saying about just how assisted it is and how crazy the through balls are. So if you're not using getting behind, I think you are missing a trick, just because through balls are so overpowered. Now the defensive support is on stay forward because I want them staying up the pitch, not worrying about defending and just trying to score some goals, as we're a couple goals down and trying to get back into the game. Now both of my wide centre mids are on balanced attack. Now that is because we want them pushing up just slightly, just to try and help score some goals. Balanced crossing runs, just they'll get into they might get into the box. Actually, I'll probably put them on get into the box for cross because I want those full backs just to do those RBX crosses and give us some opportunity. So that's why I've got to get into the box for cross on. And then I've got them on cover centre to cover the central areas, because obviously we have the fullbacks who would cover the wide areas. Now we have the central centre mid, who we use as our cam. So we have him on get forward. That's because we want him to just get forward and help score goals with the two strikers. We have get into the box on for the cross, because like I said, we want to try and abuse those RBX crosses with the fullbacks, especially because they have such high crossing stats. They can put in some really, really nice balls. And then we have cover centre, because we want him to be in the middle of the pitch, linking up all the play. Obviously, all three centre-backs are on stay while attacking and normal interceptions. And then we have both of my fullbacks on join the attack and overlap. Now, I have join the attack on my fullbacks on all of them, because that's how this formation plays out. But I also have overlap on. Now, a lot of people have it on balanced. I prefer overlap purely based on the fact that my fullbacks, if they are on balance, they tuck inside quite a lot, and they leave massive wide open spaces in the wide areas, and it can become a real issue. It really can, especially with how overpowered these through balls are. So that is why I tend to put them on overlap. So what they end up doing is basically trying to overlap on the wide sides and stay out wide on the defensive as well. Not really sure why, because it doesn't really reference it, but it just forces them to stay out wide. So that is why I have it on overlap. Now, boys, what we're going to do, we're going to go onto the attacking. So like I said, this would be if it's a draw, but it's a bit of a tighter game, and you feel like if you were a bit more aggressive and pressed the ball a bit better, this would be for you. Or if you're just a bit more of an aggressive player in general, then this is just basically a bit more of an aggressive version of my balanced tactics that I'd use at the start of the game, all right? So if you are a bit more of an aggressive player, this one might be for you. Now, the width is on 6 as before. No, it should be on 5, sorry. Don't know. Someone's messed with these, because there's something wrong with this, but there you go. So press after possession loss is on. It's one of the most overpowered tactics on this game. If you have used the 4-3-1-2, you'll know how overpowered press after possession loss 4-3-1-2 is. It's just, you basically just win the ball back straight away. It's absolutely crazy. But press after possession loss works with the 5-3-2 as well, with that 3 flat midfield and the fullbacks. It basically works as like a 5 midfield, just pressing the life out of people. And then when the 2 strikers get involved as well, people barely even get near your defence. It's absolutely crazy. Now the width is on 5, because like I said, I just try to keep the same width that I find comfortable. I always say that in all my tactics, because people tend to just put up the dials because they think it might be more attacking, when really it doesn't do anything. All it's doing is making your players further and further away than you actually ideally wanted them, just for the sake of just, I'll put a dial up because I'm trying to be more attacking. Now the depth is on 5. Like, we're a bit less than obviously the last one we were on 7, but we're just trying to be a bit more aggressive, but we're not trying to be overly aggressive where we overcommit, leave massive gaps in behind, and we have to be careful these through balls, because as I always say, how overpowered they are. Offensive style is on fast build up. We're trying to move up the pitch as quick as we can. Like I said, it's really, really great, especially with the 5-3-2, to get it from those fullbacks into the centre mids and just move. And the fullbacks create the wide options. The centre mids make runs in between the fullbacks and the centre backs, and then the strikers can make those inside runs, and it can cause a lot of havoc and make it really hard to defend. Now the width is on 6. Now that is because, like I said, I like to keep my fullbacks wide out, so then my midfield can have a bit more freedom, pass into the strikers, and it's not as clogged up. Because if I had it too narrow, their fullbacks would be tucked in, their whole team would be in the middle, and it would just cause no space for my strikers. Now players in the box is on 6, just because I want that centre mid and the 2 strikers to get into the box, and that's the most balanced play in the box I found for this. So that is why we're on 6. Corners on 2, so we're bringing it back slightly. We've still got bodies in the box, but we're trying to be a bit more cautious of the counter-attack because of how easy it is to be counter-attacked off set pieces. So please be aware of it, guys. I've used to concede so many goals from set pieces, so please be aware of it if you're trying to get up to those next levels of play. Free kicks is on 1, because all I'm doing is shooting. There is no need at all to have it any higher than that, in my opinion. Now, the difference between this one to the last one is we don't have them on get forward anymore. We have them on basic defence support, so they will get back a little bit if needed. But we do still have both of them on getting behind, because we want them to make those attacking runs in behind the defence and help us score goals with these overpowered through balls, RBX crosses, and just general build-up play. So getting behind is a really nice one. So that is why they are both on getting behind. Now we have our cam, same instructions as last time. We've got them on get forward to bomb into the box and try and help score goals, get into the box for cross, to give options for the RBX crosses or the R1 square crosses, depending on what you call them on what console, and then cover centre to get into the middle of the park and just put everything together, because that is what a cam's job is at the end of the day. Now both of the fullbacks are still on. They're now on stay back while attacking. We will have them as two bit more of a defensive options like DMs, but they are still. I still try to play them a bit more aggressive, a bit more box to box. Supports on crosses is now just unbalanced. It isn't on getting to the box across, because we don't want them to push into the box when we're not trying to overcommit. So we will have them on the balance. Then they'll sit on the edge, give us some passing options if we ever need to reset the play. Now both of them, are on cover centre as well, because we just want them to defend that middle part of the pitch, because the fullbacks can cover the wide areas, especially, as well as the wide centre backs. Now what we will do, we will get onto the fullbacks. So like I said before, they are both still enjoying the attack, because I want them to get up and attack and provide attacking options in the wide areas. And they are both also on overlap, because I want them to stay out wide and not tuck into the centre of the pitch and be an absolute pain in the bum. So that is why I've got that. And then obviously all three centre backs are still on stay back while attacking. Now what we will do, we'll go on to the defensive ones. Now these are the ones that I would use at the start of the game, and basically this is a good way to set your team up as a blank canvas and not allow your opponent to dictate the play, and just figure out how they play as a person, so then you can adjust your tactics and play accordingly to that. So now the defensive style, like I said, it's on balance, because like I said, it's a blank canvas. It's just a good way to figure out how opponents playing, and balance is a great way to just not do anything too crazy with your team, because if you press and he knows how to counter that, you can end up going a goal or two down right off the start, and it isn't good. And also vice versa, if you drop back and it doesn't work and he knows how to counter it, you can be a couple goals down before you know it, and it can be a really easy way to lead yourself into a bad position. So that is why I usually try to go balanced off the start, just to figure out my opponent. Now the width is on 5. Like I said, it's just a width that I find comfortable, and the 5 depth is by far the most comfortable one for me. It's aggressive. Like I said, I try to be aggressive with this formation in general, because there is a lot of stigma around it, and I think playing 5-3-2 aggressively actually is the best way to play it. So that's why we're on 5 depth. Offensive style is on balanced again. Like I said, I'm just trying not to overcommit too much. We're just trying to figure out how our opponent plays, and just not give away too much, because I think it's so easy sometimes to go so focused on your own gameplay that you end up just letting them do what they want, and they can score such easy goals. So that's why we're on balanced. The width is on 5. We're just bringing it down a little bit on the attacking side, making them a little bit more narrow. But like I said, maybe if you want, still stick with 6. But this with 5, like I said, because it's a bit more of a blank canvas, I'm just trying to be a bit more safe. So it's one of the very rare few times where I'll change my width. Now the players in the box is on 5, so we're bringing it down again just a little bit, so that Cam doesn't get as aggressive inside the box, because like I said, we're just trying to not overcommit too much and figure out our opponent. Our corners is on 2 still, just trying to get bodies in but avoid the counter, and then free kicks is still on 1. Now these instructions will be exactly the same as the last ones, bar the fact that the 2 centre mids are on stay on the edge of the box across, but I will quickly go over it for you guys anyway. So both of the strikers are on getting behind to abuse the through balls, but are not on stay forward. They're on basic defensive support. Our Cam is on get forward to provide attacking options. He's on getting to the box across to provide crossing options for the fullbacks, and he is on cover centre to help build up the play in the middle of the park. My wide centre mids are on stay back while attacking to work as defensive DM options, but also as box to boxes. They are both on stay on the edge of the box across to reset the play if needed, and just not overcommit at the start of the game. And actually, we have both of our wide centre mids this time on cover wing, just because I want to try and give a bit more support to the wide areas, because when you're first starting off a game, you never know how someone's going to play, so just try to find a bit more of a balance to help those wide players for when they bomb on. Now all 3 of the centre backs are still on stay back while attacking, but both of the fullbacks are still on join the attack and overlap, because like I said, I just want them to try and stay out wide but also join the attack and give some attacking options. Now boys, what we are doing, we are going to go on to the ultra defensive. Now this is if you're a goal up, 88th minute, just hanging on for dear life, trying to get that win. These work really, really well for me. It's something that I don't usually mess around too often with most formations, to be honest, because it's something that I found to be really effective, and it has helped me put out a lot of games which have clutched me elite ones and top 230 finishes. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So defensive style is on drop back. Unfortunately, everyone hates drop back. I hate drop back. I hate playing against drop back, but at the end of the day, boys, I'm trying to give you guys the best information so you guys can win games. So drop back is definitely the best way to try and hold out a lead if you are trying to hold it with the last couple minutes of the game left. Width is still on 5 because I think that is as narrow as you can go with the 5-3-2 because of the wing backs. Depth is on 2 because we are literally just trying to sit back, create a big block so no one can have any shots on goal. Offensive style is on long ball. Now, I've spoken about long ball in pretty much every tactic video I've done because it's such a good tactic and it's the one that I always use on my defensive styles. So I'll quickly talk through it and explain the definition that they give. So the team will make runs for long balls into space behind the opposing back line or up to a target man. Strikers who are fast with good attacking positioning attributes are best at this tactic. Now, so on this account, obviously I have Ronaldo, George Best and Dybala. On my other account I have R9 and Pele, and trust me, it works so well for this. They make some really amazing runs in behind. So if you're only one go up and you win the ball back and they've got no defenders at the back, you can play a really nice long ball throughout the whole defence and just completely split an opponent apart. Long ball is a really underrated tactic and no one really talks about it or uses it, but trust me, they really, really should be. It really, really works. Now the width is still on 6 on the attacking side, just because we just want those fullbacks to come out. But I would, like I did with the defensive one, I probably would go 5, but like I said, it just depends how you want to adjust it. It's really up to you guys. Players in the box is on 3, so it's just the 2 strikers get into the box a little bit. Like I said, if those counter-attack options are available, but that is the only time that ever really comes into play. And then corners and free kicks are both on 1 because we're just trying to avoid the counter-attack and not concede any goals. Now, both of the strikers aren't getting behind to abuse the through balls and that long ball tactic I was talking about. Also, they are both on comeback on defence to help defend the goal and be part of that big defensive block and just jump in front of the ball for those AI blocks that we all know and love. Now, even the cam this time is on stay back while attacking. He is on balanced crossing runs just in case, we need those options for the fullbacks, but mostly he is there for the defensive attributes. So that is why he's on stay back while attacking and cover centre to help defend that centre part of the pitch. We have our 2 wide centre mids on stay back while attacking, stay on the edge of the box across and cover centre. Now this is obviously just to defend and stop any shots, and the reason I have them on stay on the edge of the box across because I don't want them coming in and overcommitting and then leaving us open for a counter attack. And then obviously both on cover centre to help defend those central areas. Now even both of the fullbacks I have on stay back while attacking. I don't have them. I have them run type on mixed, but I do have both of them on stay back while attacking to help defend. And then all 3 centre backs are on stay back while attacking as well. Listen, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Like I said, if you did enjoy the video, drop the video a like, drop it a comment, let me know what formations you guys want in the future. If you enjoyed the video, if you use it, and if you use it in weekend league, please let me know how it goes. I really love to hear your feedback. And like I said, I reply to every YouTube comment, every single one. You can go back and check. I love talking to you guys. So if you have anything to just ask, any questions, just let me know in the comments below. Like I said, 87% of people haven't subbed, so I would really appreciate it if you do. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Okay, guys? Peace.